Call to order the City of Marshall City Council regular meeting for June 16th, 2025. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Wolfersberger.
Here.
Member Cheney Huggett.
Here.
Member Gates. Member Hackworth.
Here.
Member Skibby.
Here.
Member Traver.
Here.
And Member Underhill.
Here.
You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's seek a motion to excuse Member Gates from tonight's meeting. So move.
Support.
Motion support. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Don't see Kevin Phillips here tonight. So I would ask council to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With that, we will move to approval of agenda. Item 6 is public comment on agenda items. Item 7 is our consent agenda with 7A city council minutes, 7B city bills, C fourth quarter fiscal year 2025 budget amendments, 7D Marshall Renewable Energy Plan filing, 7E special event application for the Rotary Duck Pluck, and 7F special event application for Marshall Motor Fest. We have no presentation or recognition, no informational items, no public hearings tonight, no old business. Item 12A is a resolution of support for the MDOT I-69 Gateway aesthetic. 12B is the 2025 Department of Public Works Collective Bargaining Agreement. 12C is 2025 to 2028 Fire Department Collective Bargaining Agreement. 12D is special event application for Wellness Wagon Wednesday. 12E is special event application for movies at the airport. No item 13 for appointments or elections. Then we have public comment on non-agenda items, followed by council manager communications, and then adjournment. I would seek a motion regarding the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda is presented. Support.
Motion and support. It's a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. That moves us to item 6, public comment on agenda items. Persons addressing city council are required to give their name and address for the record when called upon by the mayor. Members of the public shall be limited to speaking for a maximum of 3 minutes. Comments shall address agenda item topics. Public hearing items should be addressed during public hearing portion. Item 10 of the meeting agenda. Non-agenda items shall be addressed during the public comment non-agenda items. Item 14 portion of the meeting agenda. Is there anyone wishing to address council this evening on agenda items? Mr. Adams?
As you've already stated, Barry Wayne Adams, 622 West Green Street. Issues are with the minutes. Last meeting's minutes, again, I gave a public comment. Okay, what was the comment? Nobody's going to know. You need to have the substance of the comments in the minutes. That's the purpose of the public comment. I mean, we could just come down and give our name and, you give us 5 seconds and you probably would think it would be, procedural largesse. Okay. This mixes with 7C and D. There's going to be an effort to do this conversion over to renewable energy. But what really is renewable energy? And as it turns out, solar panels, any of the lithium battery industrial scale systems, windmills, the large windmills are not green. They end up creating more pollution. A windmill uses more energy in its production than you will ever get out of the life of the windmill. And then it turns into something that is completely unrecyclable, just as these solar panels. We have in this city a tremendous resource, the hydroelectric plant. That is renewable energy. It is truly renewable energy. You know, as long as that water keeps spilling over, you'll be able to get energy out of that. But there is another possible source of actually true renewable energy that is consistent with the notion of carbon negative processes, and that is the conversion of cannabis sativa into fuels that can power a generator, power turbines. If all the land in this country that was subsidized to grow nothing was grown in hemp, and that hemp was converted into either methane, ethanol, or diesel fuel, you'd have twice as much fuel as we use in this country. It would absolutely collapse the fossil fuel industry. But why not invest in that? It's ultra smart. You know, it's even smarter than Elon Musk. So these are things to think about. What really is renewable energy? Do your homework on this. Don't just get pamphlets from corporate sponsors that tell you about what they're supposed to do.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Anyone else wishing to address council tonight on agenda items? Seeing none, we will move to the consent agenda. We have our 7A City Council minutes. We have our regular session minutes from June 2nd, 2025. City bills, we have purchases from May 30th, 2025 in the amount of $145,243.83. Purchases from June 2nd, 2025 of $7,796.28. Purchases from June 6th, 2025, $289,611.31 for a total city bills of $442,651.42. Item 7C is fourth quarter fiscal year budget amendments. 7D is Marshall Renewable Energy Plan filing. 7E is the special event application for the Rotary Duck Pluck. And 7F is the special event application Marshall Motorfest. I would seek a motion regarding the consent agenda.
Before you do that, I wanted to see, with the Motorfest, I'm on the planning committee, and then the request for electricity is for me and my business. So do I request to be recused from voting on that? Or
Do you
for the whole?
feel like you have a financial interest in whether we approve the event?
Yes, because I'm gonna we're gonna be selling food and all that with that electricity.
Okay. I would seek a motion then regarding Member Skibby's request to be recused.
I support that. I have a motion. There's a motion that you should probably be excused since you're gonna make money off of the event.
If you could specify, please, you're making a motion to approve his request to be.
I am making a motion to approve your
From-
request to recuse yourself from voting on the
The
Motorfest
consent
event,
agenda.
on the consent agenda.
Thank you. All right. We have a motion and support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. Member Skibby, you are recused from the consent agenda vote. With that, I will seek a motion regarding the consent agenda.
I move that we accept the consent agenda as presented with the change of recusing Councilman Skibby.
I have a motion and support. This is a roll call vote, please.
Member Hackworth,
Yes.
Member Traver,
Yes.
Member Underhill,
Yes.
Mayor Wolfersberger,
Yes.
and Member Cheney Huggett.
Yes.
Motion carries, Your Honor.
Thank you. Welcome back, Member Skibby. That moves us all the way down to item 12A, a resolution of support for the MDOT I-69 Gateway Aesthetic. And City Manager Perry is going to brief us on this.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to this. As City Council is well aware, MDOT is reconstructing the two bridges over I-69, which allows us an opportunity to add an aesthetic element to the bridge that would
mirror our existing bridges that we have in the city, essentially trying to mimic a Marshall sandstone look to it, aesthetic to it. And then also the city logo would be placed on one of the bridge abutments. So as you're driving on 69, you would see that you're near Marshall. So as part of that, MDOT requires not only a resolution of support to do that, but also a financial contribution. At the tune of about $166,000. That would be funded through your major street fund. But the reality is, this is the one opportunity to make the bridge, look aesthetically appealing for the next 75 years, because that's probably the next time that they will reconstruct that bridge, if not later than that, honestly.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, or discussion regarding the MDOT I-69 Gateway aesthetic?
Do we happen to know how often that portion, our portion of would need to be like rehabbed or repainted and things like that?
They haven't spelled out a specific maintenance schedule related to that, but you'll notice that a lot of these bridges, they've started to implement kind of these aesthetic treatments throughout the state of Michigan. And some have been up, I would say probably 5, 7, 10 years, and are still looking fairly newly constructed. But there will be a cost. There's no doubt about it. Any infrastructure, right, has an eventual cost to maintain.
Do they tell us what they make our logo out of?
They have not specified the material of that, yeah.
Is that the only design, is to have the circle logo, or could it say it up and say City of Hospitality or more, or is that's our option? They can give us that and we.
Essentially, that's the option. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've seen these, in other communities, as Derek said, the bridges they just redid over in Jackson, I think they look pretty sharp. So I would definitely be in support of this, but obviously it's not a small amount of money. I assume it's both sides, the north and south.
The drawing indicates that, yes.
Okay.
It's both sides.
All right. If there's no more questions, comments, or discussion, I would seek a motion regarding item 12A.
I move that we approve resolution 2025-14, a resolution to execute Michigan Department of Transportation Form 0225A and authorize the city manager and city clerk to sign the necessary documents.
Support.
Motion and support, and this is a roll call vote, please.
Member Skibby.
Yes.
Member Traver.
Yes.
Underhill.
Yes.
Mayor Wolfersberger.
Yes.
Member Cheney Huggett.
No.
And Member Hackworth.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Moves us to item 12B, 2025 through 2028 Department of Public Works Collective Bargaining Agreement, and this is City Manager Perry as well.
Thank you again. So item 12B, as City Council is aware, every year we have collective bargaining agreements that need to be negotiated. This year we have the Department of Public Works and the Fire Department. Item 12B is the Department of Public Works agreement. After several negotiation sessions, we reached a tentative agreement with that unit on May 28th. Essentially, they voted to approve that, and then the contract's before you tonight for your approval. Public Works has 7 employees, and they're the employees responsible for such activities as snow plowing, street patching, sweeping, and leaf collection, to name a few. They really are the hands of the city.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, or discussion? Well, I'll just add then, my appreciation to you and the department for getting this agreement made. And my thanks to the DPW group as a whole. They do some amazing work for the city. So with that, I would seek a motion regarding item 12B.
I'd move that we approve the 2025 to 2028 City of Marshall Collective Bargaining Agreement with the Teamsters Local 214 DPW and authorize the city manager to sign necessary documents.
Support.
A motion and support, and this is a voice vote. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That moves us to item 12C, 2025 through 2028 Fire Department Collective Bargaining Agreement. Welcome to the firefighters. This is City Manager Derek Perry again.
Yeah, same scenario. Fire Chief Erskine's here if you have any specific questions, but same scenario, 3-year agreement. This covers 10 employees, dedicated employees that obviously fire department handle firefighting, suppression, and emergency response activities for the city. And yeah, we're looking for you to approve the 3-year agreement.
Would you like to say anything, Chief?
Yeah, I really appreciated city manager's leadership on this, and Tracy Hall did a lot of the legwork on it. It's very well prepared, as well as President Holly back there, again, from the union side. It was a smooth and good negotiation. That was a fair agreement to both sides.
Great. Any questions, comments, or discussion? No? Again, I'll express my thanks to you guys and the crew. Obviously some incredible work every day, right? And we were all very relieved that we were able to maintain the Safer Grant employees even without that renewal. So again, thanks very much. Thanks.
With firefighter Wagner, he's one of them.
I would seek a motion on item 12C.
Suggest a motion to approve the 2025 to 2028 City of Marshall Collective Bargaining Agreement with the International Association of Firefighters, Local 1929, and authorize the city manager to sign the necessary documents.
Support. Motion and support, and this is also a voice vote. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And that moves us to item 12D, special event application for the Wellness Wagon Wednesday. And our city clerk is going to present.
The library has come forward. They are looking to close off a portion of Lot 10, which is the lot which contains the library, for one Wednesday a month for an afternoon. They're going to be bringing in the Calhoun County Health Department Wellness Wagon. This month's activity will be bike helmet giveaways. Then I believe there's a fitness event, and I forget what the last one is. But they're going to be doing different events throughout the summer, one each month. And they're really not requesting anything other than a closure of a portion of the parking lot.
So I see they want it closed off from noon to 4, but obviously
They're gonna put cones and barricades out earlier in the day, and their event will take place. I'm assuming they're gonna put them out closer to like 10, maybe 8, just to make sure that they have their spots reserved.
Okay, so it's gonna be more like an all-day thing.
Yeah, I would anticipate. It's only 8 parking spaces. It's not a huge significant portion of the lot. We went back and forth with Director Davenport and myself with the library, and this was the safest option that was come up with to give them a decent amount of space for both the wellness wagon and the attendees.
Okay. And it looks like from the photo, they're gonna close off the spots that are closest to the seating area. Is that?
Not the spots closest to the seating area because that would take away a handicap spot. They're going to close off the spots that are kind of across from the seating area.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions, or discussion? All right, seeing none, I would seek a motion regarding item 12D.
I move that we approve the special event application for Wellness Wagon Wednesday from the Marshall District Library for June 18th, July 16th, and August 13th, 2025.
Support.
Support.
A motion and support. It's a voice vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Now, item 12E, special event application for movies at the airport. Our city clerk is back.
I am. So Meta is presenting to do movies at the airport for the month of July. They would be different motor related movies. They are really not requesting too much in the way of services other than using the airport and some barricades or cones to block off the portion, like basically the runway from where the event would be taking place so that no cars can even get anywhere near the runway. And the only other thing is they're going to be plugging in an electrical cord somewhere in the hangar to extend out to put their projector.
Okay. I see the airport board supported. Was there any concerns from the board?
There weren't any real concerns. They're really excited about it. The only thing that they were somewhat concerned about is access for any planes that might land to get to the gas, you know, so that visiting planes or visitors could get fuel if they needed it. But they thought that it was an exciting opportunity for them. They'd actually been considering this for over a year and trying to figure out how they could do it. So this works out really well for them.
Awesome. Any other comments, questions, or discussion? All right, seek a motion on item 12E then.
I move that we approve the special event application for movies at the airport.
Support. Motion support, it's voice vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That moves us to public comment on non-agenda items. Persons addressing city council are required to give their name and address for the record when called upon by the mayor. Members of the public shall be limited to speaking for a maximum of 2 minutes. Comments shall address non-agenda items. Does anyone wish to address council this evening on non-agenda items? Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Dwayne Kogel. I live at 624 North Kalamazoo. I've been in business here for 48 years, lived in my house for 63 years. I was your mayor 20 years ago, and we were kind of faced with a situation that didn't appear to be real well. There was a consideration to put 400 to 500 homes on the land that Mrs. Brooks gave us. And it's on wetland. It would have been terrible if they'd started that. So I ran, and with the theme of saving Stuart Lake, we won by June of '05. I said, here's the deal. If you let us put a quarter-mile setback around the west side of Stuart Lake, creating a city park, we'll give you 1.3 of the $2.6 million you want for a new industrial park, which we needed. It was approved. In '05, '06, we put in 125 acre. If you haven't been out there, you should go see it because it's beautiful. And it's water, sewer, electricity, and gas. But it's zoned general electric or general industrial or some Mickey Mouse thing back there. What my thoughts are with this monster thing coming into the west versus having to commit that be industrial area. It's beautiful. It's all landscape. Converting that zoning to residential would be advantageous. We never got any, we didn't get anything from our 1.6 or $1.3 million 20 years ago. So I think maybe you already considered it, but I think with the need for residential for all the people who are going to be moving this way, it's just my recommendation. And I still got 19 seconds. One of the things that we did back there 20 years ago, there was a concern about Marshall City and Marshall Township. It was a mixed up thing. City attorney and I went with Ron DeGraw for 2 months, and we put together a resolution that determined what the, should I stop?
Go ahead and finish.
Anyway, the resolution for the next 50 years, how the zoning would be industrial, residential, and commercial. And that's set up for the next 50 years, unanimously supported by both by the township and for the city. So I feel that was a couple of nice things doing, but I feel bad that we created something 20 years ago and it's sat there empty for 20 years. But anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Anyone else wishing to address council this evening on non-agenda items?
Barry Wynetto, 622 West Green Street. It was refreshing to see you obeying the Constitution at Article 1, Section 5. He didn't have to restrict his comments to 3 minutes. All right, for the purposes of full disclosure, in the past 2 weeks, there have been hearings up in Lansing, a couple different committees. One is a committee on oversight over corporate subsidies, headed by Representative Steve Cara. And at that hearing, there was testimony taken about local concerns about the Blue Oval factory. And the speakers were Glenn Kowalski, the treasurer, Marshall Township, and Julianne Bryant, who lives over in Squaw Creek. And went to a full discussion, and they were also supplied with abundant documentation showing the questionable sequence of events that brought this into existence. And then last Wednesday, there was a joint committee hearing between the Committee on Homeland Security and again, together with Representative Cara's committee. And they took testimony from MEDC. And of course, MEDC gave their testimony. It was the same blah, blah, blah jobs narrative. But after that, Ambassador Sella got up and read the riot act about the involvement of cattle and the CCP, and it is a real threat. And if you don't take that into consideration, you're not doing your job.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Anyone else wishing to address council this evening on non-agenda items? Seeing none, we'll move to council and manager communications. Member Skibby?
Nothing tonight.
Member Hackworth?
I'm good for tonight.
Member Traver?
Nothing, thank you.
Member Underhill?
Nothing. Thank you.
Member Cheney Huggett?
The airport pancake breakfast is this Saturday, 8 till 11. And so I thank you all for supporting the movies at the airport. And I hope you come out and have breakfast with us, have some pancakes.
Thank you. City Manager Perry?
The only comment I have tonight is Brooks Fountain. As you're aware, we're trying to grind off years and years of layers of coatings, and the contractor out there is making pretty good progress. So it's exciting to see. It's actually worth taking a peek to actually see the concrete. It's actually the basin of the fountain itself. So the goal is to get that done, get some new coatings down, and get that water going, because I know the community misses having the fountain going. So know that we're putting our best foot forward with that. That's it.
Thanks, sir. Madam Clerk?
Nothing for me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I will mention what a great turnout there was at Marshall Pride on Saturday. That turned it into quite the event with vendors and entertainment. Went on for like 6 hours. It was, as I understand it, there were very few issues with traffic. But obviously that'll be something we pay attention to as they turn this into an annual event. And I will make a post wish for Happy Father's Day for all the dads in the community and on council. And with that, I will, oh wait, we do have, what do we have this week? We have Blues Fest coming up this weekend. Yeah. The Relay for Life is this weekend as well. Wow. It's going to be a busy weekend in Marshall. So, yeah, with that, I will seek a motion for adjournment.
So move.
Support.
Motion and support. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned.